I'm joined by Lisa from Quill. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us a bit about Quill. Who are you? What do you do? Where did the idea come from?
Okay, so we are 4 years old as a business, and it was founded by Ed Bussey, and I was one of the founding members, and we are content marketing specialists.
Okay.
So what we are doing is we're helping brands create meaningful content experiences. But the reason we built the business was because in the last few years you've seen this convergence between content and commerce, and it's also how do brands cut through, and there's such white noise out there. How do they make sure they cut through and reconnect brands and consumers? So that's what we're trying to help do, solve that problem.
And so where did the idea come from? Ed was sitting at home one day and what happened? He said, right, I've got an idea.
So a lot of different things happen. So on the e-commerce side, a lot of e-commerce businesses they have thousands and thousands of products, but in the old days, shall we say, they just had products and no information to help the consumer just understand why they should choose them, what information help frame that sale. So that was what they were trying to do. How do you help frame the sale, build a relationship with consumers, and use content to do that? So we understood that business, and Ed's background is e-commerce. So he was one of the founding members of figleaves.com, and he saw this problem, and that's one of the reasons we built the business.
And you were here for 4 years, which
4
makes you
years.
grandparents in the startup world, I was told.
Yes.
So you've been going for, so where are we now, and what's the ambition for the next 3 years, for example?
So where we are now, so there were three of us in 2010, and now there is 35. We're going to be 51 in the next 2 months, and we're going to then be probably 60 plus by the end of the year. So the ambition is we're trying to make the internet a more inspiring place to be. We're going to be going global. We're going to be launching offices abroad while we have our clients already international, so Germany, Israel, California, etc. It's about how do we build that out, but we also provide a software and a service model. So it's about how do we build relationships with brands and agencies through that internationally.
Sounds very cool. Sounds like global domination not too soon.
Not too soon, yes.
So in the next 5 years, 7 years, we'll meet again at Festival of Media 2022. I'll say, Lisa, you told me this was going to happen, and you were right. What is your one prediction? Next 7-10 years, it could be content, it could be mobile. What's going to happen?
Well, it probably a bit sooner than 7 to 10 years, but it's like I think it's the integration around content and programmatic marketing. So I think it's about how people are using content in real time, feeding off insight, feeding off data, serving the right content where people are at the right point in their journey at the right time, and using data to inform that. So we're working with agency partners that have access to that data, and we can help create content to make sure it's really relevant, but reusing it quickly. So what we can do is produce content more cost effectively, more agile and quicker and more efficiently than the traditional means. And to be able to make sure that you're generating a good return on investment, you've got to move fast, because otherwise your competitors are right behind you.
So speed, data and programmatics all coming together.
Yes.
It's going to be exciting.
Yeah,
It's
yes.
going to be terrifying.
Watch this space.
So does that mean that media agencies start to slowly become less and less relevant to businesses like yours?
No, we partner and work together. I think it's important that it's about how we sit at the table with them and support them. They're going to be supporting in terms of the promotion of that content and have access to that data. And for us, we want to work with them together to be able to make it a really kind of collaborative environment, as Lindsay from the CEO of Maxis said earlier.
And how are you enjoying festival?
Yeah, it's great. It's amazing. We're really touched to be invited, so thank you so much. It's Rome, so I can't really complain. The view's amazing, some great speakers. And
Who's on your hit list? Who are you going to find today who's going to accelerate your business forward in the next 2 months?
So I would like to speak to Stephen, the global chairman of MediaCom, and I think
Allen. He was on stage this morning with Mike and Jim?
Yes, and I think what he was talking about in terms of content, that is exactly the problem we're trying to solve, and that's why we'd like to have a chat with him, because I think we could definitely have an interesting partnership there.
You'll find him wandering around in the cocktail reception later on.
I'll find him at happy hour.
Okay, well, thank you for being with us.
No, thank
Really
you for
appreciate
having
it.
me. Brilliant.